Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. All right, I'm sitting.
Party time, excellent!
Hello everybody, I am back and this is a new episode of Party Time Excellent with my good friend Meegs.
Hi.
Oh my god. I'm a little bit nervous for this. Excuse me,
Me
this
too.
is a big deal. And you know. Alright, so you know what? I don't know if you need like a specific introduction. The whole world knows you. Like, they do. Like, if you don't know who this person is, shame on you.
She's so kind.
Seriously. Meegs is the guitar player currently in the band called Gemini Syndrome. But also, let's tell everybody, what other bands were you in before Gemini Syndrome?
I was in a little band called Cold Chamber in the 90s and all the way through the early 2012, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been
That's a
doing,
lot of years.
that's a lot of years. That was, what is that, 52 years?
Yeah, the 75.
I'm
something
100
like
right now.
that. Yeah. I'm 100 right now.
I'm going on 100. So I was doing that, and of course I was doing other little bands that never transpired to anything big. So, but had fun doing a lot of the projects that led me to Gemini Syndrome.
Okay.
And it's good practice to have like the bonds that you have with band members.
Absolutely.
Because that is a really tough thing to be around with, especially if you're not used to it. But I've had a lot of friends, a lot of band members, and a lot of experiences with bands and music that made me kind of the way I am now. So.
Yeah, and that's the best, that's the beauty of it. The more you collaborate, the more you even just tour and make friends in the music industry, the better, because then, eventually you end up playing together in a band. You never know, right?
Yep.
Well, this is super interesting. However, I'm going to take a step back because I always start my episodes with a typical question. Because I named this Party Time Excellent, I even wear, like,
I know, I love
you, I even put this shirt on.
I love it.
So I like to ask my guests, what does party time mean for you? Is it a specific time of the week, of the year, or is it a specific person or a specific drink? What does party time mean for this rock star right here?
Party time means every day of my life.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah, I live life like, I just want to have a good time. I want to be friends with people. And party time is also a mental state for me. Like, just have a good time. Don't let things be too serious.
All right, well, can you do me a favor and have a lot of fun and party, like right now?
I do. I'm having a club soda only.
There you go. See, he is behaving only for you guys. Seriously. Well, okay, thank you. I like that. State of mind is definitely very important because you can be in the middle of a party and not fully feel it, not fully relax enough to enjoy yourself. So I totally agree. Totally agree. Okay, so with some of you guys are following me on social medias, and some of you already noticed that we've been friends for the past year, I believe. So thanks to this pandemic, a lot of musicians became closer to each other because we are all finally having a little bit of time to actually hang out and be friendly with each other instead of just running all the time from the studio to a tour, from a tour to rehearsals and filming places and stuff. So tell me, please, what is new with Gemini Syndrome?
Well, we have... when I started the band when I joined the band, that was years and years ago, but because of delays and album delay, just recording and writing and all this so right before the pandemic, we recorded a full album. We have released during the pandemic 3 singles, Die With Me, which is a recent one, IDK and Reintegration, the first one. Have videos for it, so check it out on YouTube.
Links are going to be below this video on YouTube in the description. I'll make sure to put all the links for this band for you to check out.
Yep, thank you. And yeah, we've been doing that slowly. Everything's coming back to somewhat normal. It's been a year since all this craziness, so we're really happy to even release what we've been releasing, and the people's reaction to it is really good. So
I love it. I love it very much, especially the latest single.
Yeah,
I love it a lot. I think it's like a little bit heavier too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's also the most different, I feel, in terms of the band's catalog of music. It's the most, I don't know, it's like the feel of the song is different, and I love it.
Do you think is it because you guys had more time to sit down and work together, or is it, does it have a specific reason why this song?
No, I think it's one of those things that as a band with our producer, we're writing it all together. I think it was just kind of one of those things like we're like, hey, let's
transitioned.
Yeah, that transition of like, you guys, the band, obviously I wasn't with the band in the first two records, but I feel there was a needed transition and a needed change. Yeah. And I feel a lot of these songs are part of that kind of chemistry of me being in the band, the new producer, the band members getting older, we all getting older, and we're just writing a certain style. So
I see, I understand. How long have you been in Gemini Syndrome? I'm sorry, my ignorance.
That's a good question, because I don't even know, because at this point it feels like 20 years, but I feel that I joined, I could be wrong, what's today's year? 2021. Let me subtract a few years. I feel I've been in the band for like 3 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
The past 3 years.
3 or so years. Okay. I don't know, plus or minus.
Alright, I'll ask everybody else.
Ask the other guys, because they probably know.
Right? Yeah, we've been hanging out a lot with almost everybody from the band. Yeah. I think the only people that are now living here, the only person is your other guitar player.
The guitar player, Nick.
He's the newest one to join the band, right?
Excuse me. He lives in LA.
You all used to live in LA. What made you move to Las Vegas?
Well, the band originally without me, when they were first starting, they were an LA band, and I was also in LA, so I would always see them. They're like my best friends. I don't know what made them move. I don't know.
What made you move?
What made me move was this fucking band. So I'm like, they're like,
it's all your fault, guys. If you're watching, it's all your fault. Brian, what did you do to this guy? AP, what did you do to this guy? Aaron, come on.
Brian coerced me. He forced me. No. Brian was like, dude, just why don't you move? And I was like, yeah, I feel like everyone's moving from LA to Vegas.
It makes me happy in a way, to be honest, because I heard this interesting theory. I don't know if you will agree with me, because I never lived in LA. I obviously visited and stayed there for a couple of days, but I heard little theories like Las Vegas is becoming a small, like younger LA, because people are moving and they're bringing with them their habits and the way they used to have their lifestyle over there with, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's a crazy awesome thing, because Las Vegas is a very unique city. It's just so spread. You cannot really walk places. You cannot really it's not as many people. It's becoming more people. It's becoming a little bit more trafficky, which is not my favorite.
But that is not my favorite.
That's not my favorite. However, I can tell how I don't know if you noticed how well, for example, downtown Las Vegas is turning into this artsy, vintagey, amazing, awesome. LA. I love it. I love it out there. If anybody from Las Vegas is watching, you can totally find me on the streets of downtown Las Vegas on the main street, or not necessarily Fremont, not necessarily the touristy area, but the area of the antique alley and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really Vegas, I feel like, has a lot of hidden gems, a lot of, it's not just casinos and gambling and and of course the bars, but they have a lot of other stuff that's really cool, interesting. There's a lot, you go hiking all the time. I don't, but I hear you hiking. I hear you want me to hike. I'm like, nah. But
he was always bailing. I was like, tell everybody how you hike with me. I'm like, no.
I'm okay for now. And but I'll go to see shops. And I was driving around yesterday in the Arts District, and it's really cool shit. So there's a lot of artists here.
Yeah, and they have a lot of like really interesting newer locations with newer bars and restaurants for where you don't necessarily just eat or drink, like they involve people in stuff. It's really cool. I like that. And it's not just because of COVID. This was starting to happen like a year before, pretty much. Yeah. What do you miss the most, like from LA? If there's something that you're like, man, I miss
Initially, my family lives in LA.
Okay.
I did have a bunch of friends. I do have a few friends that live in the county of LA, and I miss them. I see them once in a while when I go there. Excuse me. And but a lot of my friends have moved, and a lot of the things have closed down. So I don't miss the traffic.
Yeah.
I do miss certain things like the Rainbow, the famous bar, and stuff like that. But my family's probably the thing I miss the most.
The most, yeah.
And I have a few friends that live there too.
I mean, good thing it's not all that far, but
it's not far.
Yeah. Does your family visit here ever?
No, because they've been kind of just sitting at home during this whole thing.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, I heard a rumor that you guys are having some dates already for this year.
Yeah. There's those Upheaval Festival and the I want to say this correctly, the Rock Fest. I think that's the name. That's the name.
Okay.
I
think everybody's gonna.
I think they'll figure it out.
It's gonna be okay with you.
Yeah.
Messing names. No worries.
But we're playing those festivals. I think Korn's on there. A million bands. But the night we're playing, Korn is the headliner, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
And we are doing some headlining stuff in between and before and after.
So this summer, it's happening for you
guys.
I'm jealous.
I know, I'm so happy because damn, I can't sit at home anymore. I'm getting bored.
I know. I'm definitely very jealous because unfortunately there are more strict rules for bands from outside America. That's right. And unless you have already like a visa from, other years and it's still valid, probably you could, but it's still not 100% sure. I believe that we will all need vaccination before we will be able to tour.
Right.
So that's a little bit sad, but I'm super happy for you guys, and I can't wait. Maybe I could even come and see you.
Of course.
If there's
anytime.
anything around.
I mean, your band and our band should be on tour or something.
No, I mean before we can even tour, I could just come and see you guys.
Yeah, of course.
I miss the shows. I love going to shows. Do you ever go to shows? Do you like going to shows?
I do love going to shows, but I haven't gone to a show for a long time.
Yeah? Do you remember your last show you went?
Oh, God, I think I was asked this the other day, and I was like, it feels like so forever. I don't know if this is right, but I think I saw one of my buddies' band. They're called the Nocturnal Affair, and I think that might have been the last show here in Vegas. Vamped.
Yeah. That's a cool place. I've been there before. They have a really nice stage there.
Very nice and super sound system.
We should totally play there someday.
Dude, we should.
Totally. Totally. When I was I don't remember, some other friend musician, I think, posted something about, do you remember your last show that you just went to enjoy? And I don't remember if it was either Dimebash in 2020, right before the lockdown, or it was Steve Vai's show, because they were next to each other, and it all happened at the same time with NAMM, and I was there for NAMM, so I was going out with friends and
you went
other
the
musicians.
Steve Vai thing with all the guitar players?
Yeah, so I don't remember which one was the last one, but yeah, I saw those two shows basically right a couple of months before the lockdown, or a month before the lockdown actually. And I'm so glad I did, because I've seen some of my friends playing. Butcher Babies were there with a couple of songs. I've even found some musicians from Europe that were visiting NAMM, so that was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, nice. Okay, and you guys were planning to have a live stream show eventually, right?
Live stream is happening. We are gonna make an announcement.
Okay.
But there will be
if it's a secret, we will all be patient. It's fine.
I don't know. It's not. It's gonna happen, but I'm gonna wait for the announcement.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I don't know. I don't know when.
See, I am very curious about that because me and my band, we were actually sitting down and thinking to do something like that. In fact, this summer I will fly back to Moldova where everybody in the band is, and we will be filming something which is a secret and I cannot tell you.
It's a secret.
All the secrets. I know. Thank you, by the way, for being so patient with your bands in general, because you gotta understand sometimes it's not up to us when we can announce things. Behind every band there are so many people. There are managers, labels, booking agencies. There are so many people. We cannot just go ahead and announce or share all the news with you whenever we so please. So be a little bit more patient and you'll know all about it. Okay, that's really cool. So these 3 singles that you released between last year and this year, right? Or did you release them all this year? I don't remember anymore. I've 2 for sure this year.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first one when you guys released it. But anyways, it doesn't
That is
matter.
a good question. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
I'm so bad with dates as well.
Are we in April?
Actually, it's April.
It is
Can
April.
you believe that?
I cannot believe that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They are part of the new album, right?
Yeah, the 3 singles. I feel that maybe the first one you're right. I think was it before December? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I do remember the last 2 releases, but I don't remember the first one.
Yeah.
They all have a specific vibe in the music videos, and they all have a specific like theme. Do you think that's going to be for the whole album? Is there a specific?
There's, I mean, like the creative aspect in terms of like the story, and that's a lot of Aaron and there's a lot of Brian, and there is a theme running through the whole thing. But I mean, more when it comes out, people figure it out. Like it's a whole thing that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you do the music videos with the same person?
Yeah, Brian Cox.
Oh, nice, nice. Where's he from?
He literally lives in England, London. He is an American, but he got stuck there because of that. So now he's with his wife or his fiance.
Oh,
and
good.
So
At least he's not.
He's not stuck like in the subway station. he actually has a home and
he actually has a home.
he has
good
somewhere to
for
sleep.
him.
He has somewhere to sleep. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Nice. I was thinking, what am I going to talk to you about? Because we've been friends and we are closer and closer the more time passes. And I really wanted to share one interesting fact about this guy. We discovered together, not too long ago, that Meegs has a fan base in Russia.
That was
Interesting.
I was like,
Did
what?
you see that in the VK?
No, I didn't like physically. Oh, there is actual.
Yeah. So did you guys play a lot in Russia? Like
No,
with
not
Cold
once.
Chamber?
No, not even once.
Not even once.
No.
It's very interesting. Well, apparently there's the different fan pages in the VK, which is like similar to Facebook. It's a Russian social media, and apparently there are people like updating those pages all the time with all the information. How do you feel about that?
It's really weird. Not weird like in a bad way. Weird that people actually have. What's weird is that they actually have a fan site for me. That's weird.
Why? I mean,
because I don't look at myself that way anymore. I'm just going through life just making music, and so when someone is appreciating things I've done, it feels good.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure whoever does it with very genuine intentions.
Of course.
And I remember back in the days when like MTV used to be cool, and there was like in the night, I believe they used to play like heavier bands, and that's how I saw, I think, some of your music videos with Cold Chamber.
Yeah.
I remember, honestly, it's really odd, but for some reason, You know how first thing you memorize about a band is normally the front person?
Yeah.
For some reason, the first thing I memorized is that you had a bass player girl.
Yeah.
And you as a guitar player, you had a very unique look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about that look.
Yeah.
Was that all you? Or did
was...
it come out from somebody else's ideas?
Oh, that was that look.
The looks, I would say.
Yeah, because there was
had
plenty of looks.
Interesting.
That was a band thing that we didn't have anybody go, oh, you guys should do this. Not one particular, who would literally suggest what we've done.
Okay.
Like nobody would suggest that. That's just too.
It came from
it's almost
out of
dumb,
nowhere.
but it's fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
But
and
it was a lot of dumb
unique.
stuff going on. We as a band were like me, my drummer, my singer, my bass player. We're like, oh, we should do this. And we just didn't care. We didn't know. We just didn't. We didn't know what we just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And it ended up being quirky and ended up being very. People were like, oh my god, kids especially were.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want that hair or I want that whatever shirt and yeah, it was one of those weird accidents that we were just like, oh,
having fun.
Yeah, having fun.
Yeah.
We just all I'll put this on. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No,
I'll put makeup. I don't care.
Yeah. No, and it's beautiful because that's the way it should be. You have to have fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with today's society, we have so many taboos in our head. Oh, don't wear this because you're gonna look like that. Don't wear this color. Don't wear that color. This is too short. This is too long. Or whatever, you know. So just be yourselves, guys.
Be yourself is basically.
If you are an artist, whatever you do, music or not music, just be yourself. Be yourself because that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it. But okay, do you have a favorite look that you?
I do. It's funny you said it because I was thinking I was gonna say something about. At one point, I still do here and there is wear a chain.
From your nose piercing.
Your nose to my ear, and but I want to say something about that. I got that look from Rachel Bolan from Skid Row, a band from the 80s, and he had that look, and I was like, oh my god, he's my favorite member. So I just wanted to say that because people have go, oh dude, I think you stole that. I go, I did.
Yeah, that's
no
shame.
I'm just saying it to you right now. I stole that look from him. So
okay.
And that was probably my favorite look.
It's still your favorite look.
I still
love
it.
You should bring it in Gemini Syndrome.
I'm gonna bring back the chain.
Bring back the chain. Bring back the chain. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, now that you mentioned, would you be so kind and share with us who were the musicians that inspired you to become a musician? Like as a kid or as a teenager, did you have specific
I do.
Not idols, because I hate that word, but like just musicians or bands that you were looking up to?
Well, when I was a kid, I mean, obviously I love the usual suspects like, you know, like Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. But I mean, I think my top 3 or 4, whatever, like Eddie Van Halen, Tom Morello.
Okay, yeah.
Rage, obviously. Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains and Dimebag Darrell from Pantera.
Yes.
And there's others, but those are the ones that come up to me in my head.
Perfect. And you just got inspired to become a guitar player because of these guitar players?
Those, yeah, like Van Halen and Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, and those were the bands when I was growing up.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what are some of the bands that you listen nowadays?
I am right now, like things that pop up on the radio or I have on my Apple Music is like Architects.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves that now. I mean, I have from big bands like Architects. I love Bring Me the Horizon. I do love still my old stuff like Pantera, Alice in Chains, of course. I do love like local bands that are from Vegas, like my friends from the Nocturnal Affair. Your band is great.
Oh,
everybody, I mean, you know what? Everything I listen to everything from big bands to metal to.
No, absolutely, and I totally agree with you. It's not about how big the band is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I listen to a band, like I discover a band, and it almost breaks my heart to find out that they only have an album so far because they basically just started, and it's so good. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for them to do more, you know, because they are so unique. And yeah, a lot of people think that, you know, metalheads, metal musicians, they only necessarily listen to metal music.
Yeah.
And that's not true in my case. Is it true in your case?
It's not true. I mean, I listen to all that. I mean, I do love metal. I do love rock.
Yeah, that's our favorite.
That's our on top of our
Yeah.
like listening things. But I mean, same thing with people that listen to hip hop. They also listen to rock. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But hip hop is obviously their number one.
Yes.
For us, it's rock. But I mean, I listen to hip hop. I listen to
Pop music
Pop.
sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that musicians in general are probably just, they have that almost like an extra sense to the music when it comes to, like, if it's good quality and it speaks to you and makes you feel something right here, then I don't see why not.
Look, I love Harry Styles, by the way. That's
There
like
you
my
go.
favorite pop thing in the world right now.
There you go.
Sorry.
Why is he sorry for it? I mean, the other party, we were all dancing and singing Backstreet Boys.
That is true.
I mean, that's a little secret right here. After a couple shots of tequila, we all knew the words, and it was so funny.
Yeah, all of a sudden you know the lyrics.
Yeah.
You do shots, you're like, oh, I know the words.
Yeah,
Really?
and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're in the back of your head somewhere, and you're like,
just
everybody!
Yeah. All of a sudden.
Yes, we have the greatest parties.
Yeah,
we
those are
sure
nice.
do.
Yeah, those are nice.
I am insanely happy to have you for my party time. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I just want to traditionally close this episode with the classic 2 questions that I ask everybody.
Okay.
So they are super easy. First question is, when you get interviewed and just asked things in general, what is that one question that you're like, oh, this again, I'm so tired of answering this, please Google that for me.
Ooh,
you know?
yeah. You asked me that. Okay,
I'm asking you that.
Not in this band, but in Cold Chamber, I used to hate, after so many times, how did you come up with that name?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
But this is after, I mean, the first 100 times, you're like, okay. But after, like, so many, you're like, oh, yeah, that's the one.
I know. And I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
People still do that with, like, huge bands. Like, I've been talking to Christina from Lacuna Coil, and they've been together for over 20 years as a band, and she's like, people still ask that. I cannot believe it. Yeah. All right. Well, what is that one topic or one maybe question that you're like, I wish people were more curious about this aspect? When it comes to you personally or the band, it doesn't matter.
You know, I'm really curious as to why people don't ask me as much. Maybe this is just at the top of my head, like, hey, what nationality are you?
It's so funny because I wanted to bring it up, and then I thought, oh my God, but the situation in the world and all the people being so against something or so pro something, I don't know if I should ask you.
No, people are like, if you look at me, they're like, I can't tell where you are. Asian? I'm like, yes, you're sort of right.
Very
By
close.
the way, Mexican and Chinese.
There you go. Now we all discovered.
Pretty
Please
weird.
Ask more of that.
No.
Yeah. I mean, our background, our ethnicity, in a way, marks us.
Yeah,
you know, it's very hard for me also when people ask me what's my ethnicity, I hesitate. I do not know what to answer. When people ask me where I was born, it's easy because I was born in a specific country, lived there a lot of years, but then moved a lot.
Yeah.
However, my parents are not from there. And it's like I hesitate every time when people are like ethnicity. I'm like,
Yeah, you told me it's pretty crazy. It's all over the place.
All over the place. But that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Now we're here in Las Vegas together and we are good friends. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Of course.
And you guys give some love to Gemini Syndrome. All the links are going to be below. Thank you for watching. Can you say, don't forget to smile?
Don't forget to smile.
Woo! Thank you.
Oh, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Perfect.